Hi everyone and welcome to a new video. Self-sex education starts right now. We're here to speak about STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. No one likes them. We don't like them. We don't want them. And I'm here to tell you a couple tips, a couple advice that you can incorporate in your sexually active life that will make you a little bit more secure and safe. Nothing that I'm going to speak here is going to be from my personal experience. Okay, I'm just going to be reading information out online, also educating myself and yourself. We're going to be in this together. And then at the end, I think I'm going to give you two extra tips that maybe it can help you, maybe it can bring you a little bit of a different spice to your life related to being sexually safe. Okay, so let's start. I've already shown you my phone. I always read from my phone. Okay, my notes are always here. I do a little bit of research for every video because I want to make sure that the information is good and clear. So the first thing, and this a disclaimer, is that prevention is key. Okay, if you suspect you have been exposed or you have been in contact with some form of STD, if you feel like something is weird, go to your doctor. Okay, this is the first disclaimer of the video. Don't just search information online, actually take action and prevent yourself. And the prevention is not only before, but if you think and you suspect that something is wrong, take action. All right. So basically, the important part of this video, which is the title, you are protecting yourself against STDs. And this involves several strategies. Mainly, all of these strategies are going to work. Some of these at the end, I'm also going to give you some extra tips, but these are the main points that you need to know about this topic to be safe. So the first one is going to be use condoms consistently. I like this word, which is consistently, because you don't have to just wear a condom the first time that you are with someone. You should always wear condoms. Now, I know, and then later on the video, we will speak more openly about this topic. But the basic thing is condoms are highly effective against reducing the risk of contracting any STDs. Using them correctly, which is also, there's also a correct way to use a condom and consistently, um, basically, it will decrease the risk that you have of getting any disease, getting in contact with any disease. The second point is limiting the number of sexual partners, which is something that a lot of people do not want to hear. They don't want to talk about this, but it's true. If you have fewer partners, it basically decreases the likelihood of encountering someone with an infection. That's it. Number three, communicate with partners. I love this one. I always talk about this in my videos. Communication. Basically, you should have an open and honest conversation about STDs, about testing, and about your sexual health and sexual adventures. This is very interesting because it will encourage you to test in a more regular basis. Okay, basically, you're going to be more open and you're going to trust the person a little bit more. Also, maybe it's important to ask how many partners they have had. Yes, I will speak more about this after all these points, but yeah. So, and then number four is to get tested. Basically, the disclaimer here is that many of these STDs can be asymptomatic. So basically, only by getting tested, you will know if you have it or not. Some of these may not have like a specific secondary effect or a specific physical effect on you. You may be asymptomatic. Then we have the other two. But before we go to the extra two tips, which is something a little bit different, and some people are going to be like, maybe I have never considered this. I just want to give a disclaimer also and a little bit of when I talk about that, you should always wear a condom. It's basic that yes, it's going to protect you from any STDs. But I know that sometimes if you are comfortable with someone, you want to have unprotected sex. And yes, it feels really good. There's a big difference. There's a big, big difference. The main points and the main takeaway that I want you to take from this video is get tested. That's it. But you should always wear a condom. So it's a little bit of a paradox, but it is the truth, or the truth in this case. And then I just wanted to briefly mention the part that I said about limiting sexual partners. That's the fact and that's the truth. If you have more sexual partners, you have a higher likelihood of contracting something. Now, I know that not only women, not only men, we want to have sex. We both, the both human beings want to have sex, want to be social. That's one of the actions of being social. So it's completely normal that we want to have sex with as many people as we want, but do it so with a conscious mind. And it may be a little bit difficult. It's easier said than done, sure, but at least be conscious about it. Okay? And now to wrap up this part, the extra two tips that I want to give you or advice is that how about if you practice safer sex, which is mutual masturbation? This, for some people, can quantify as foreplay, but I do think that foreplay can also be sex and it can be protected because you can both wear condoms. I know that you think, oh, but that's like the sensation will not be the same. Sure, but at least try it once or twice. Okay? That's it. And then the second one is to actually educate yourself and be informed. Stay informed, not only with videos such like this on this channel, but other stuff online. It's very important for you to research stuff, but also educate yourself. Thank you so much. And now let's go to the Q&A. Yay! And now we are here to begin the Q&A session. So we have the first question, which I am actually really interested and curious to see what it is. I feel betrayed and misled by American Sex ED. Basically, Sex ED is a sex educator. So, all right, the fact of my case, male, is I accidentally discovered masturbation by laying on my stomach and basically humping my mattress at around the age of 10. It felt amazing, and I basically kept doing it since it became a habit. Okay, I realized this style of masturbation was atypical, and I would say it is because usually you do it with your hand, but you know, you do you, and it is humping, and if it feels good, it feels good. So I realized that most guys do the conventional way. The issue is that over time I became desensitized. I always had a creeping feeling that this style of masturbation was perhaps hurting me. Yes. Okay, by the time I was in high school, I couldn't masturbate the normal way. Okay, it wasn't until my mid 20s that I discovered that this style of masturbation I did is called prone masturbation. It can lead to severe sexual dysfunction. Okay, at no point growing up I was ever thought about healthy masturbation, etc., etc. Okay. Also, to be clear, he is 100% sex positive. My problem doesn't stem from shame or anxiety, which is what doctors have implied. I literally was desensitized to the point where I couldn't feel any pleasure. All right. Um. Oh, okay. So he's talking about that. So there, what? I don't get this title, but let's just focus on the message. So basically, he was doing the prone dry humping, whatever the fuck. It's normal when we find out about these things about masturbation in the beginning that we want to try some things, and some things will feel good, and some things will feel bad. Now, that's why it's important to educate yourself. But at that age, you may not even have enough information available to you. So you just have to deal with this. I'm just going to give you some practical tips. Even if you have a partner or not, start by understanding if still you are consuming porn or not. Fix that. Watch less porn. Use more your head, okay, or at least watch porn that is less fake. In this case, watch amateur stuff like on Reddit, stuff like that. The real tip in here is that you have to go slow and you have to desensitize yourself. It is possible. I think it is possible. Of course, you may have done that for so many years and so much stuff and you don't feel pleasure, but you have to start slow, using your hands, doing something more sensitive, maybe pleasuring other areas of your body before doing the real masturbation. And I think this is easier to do with a partner, okay, because it can help you, but you just got to deal with it. It's not impossible, okay? Don't feel like it's impossible. I just want to read the first comment. Okay, prone can lead to sexual dysfunction, but it's not guaranteed. Okay, learning new ways to masturbate takes time. Okay, you're much more likely to achieve your goals by slowly changing your masturbation habit. Exactly. All right, so let's go to the second one. Giving a blowjob. I had already seen this one, but yeah, and I have already seen the advice, but then we will go down. Okay, maybe I'll do it like this. I'm so sorry to be doing it at the same time, but yeah, some of these questions they don't occupy the the full screen. So, given a blowjob, what advice would you give to someone giving a blowjob for the first time? So, I was already thinking about this question, and what I wanted to say was that you have to have practice. So, if you are with someone whom you're comfortable with, just tell him, or in this case, him, because it's going to be a blowjob. Yeah, I want to practice. I'm not good at it, but I want to practice. I want you to tell me what you like. I want you to kind of guide me, and I want to try stuff out. Now, what are you going to try out? You are going to watch some porn. You're going to research online some tips on how to be better at blowjob. That's it. And then you just try. I'm going to give you a real tip, which is usually a blowjob is with a full mouth, okay? And you're just sucking. That's it. I'm so sorry. But the question here is that we often forget how good and how sensitive our tongue is. So if you use your tongue in his dick, or in this case, if you pull the skin a little bit more down and you use the tongue in there, it's way, way more sensitive. And the thing is that, does that quantify as a blowjob? I think it does. For me, what quantifies as a blowjob is anything with the mouth in the dick area in this space, in this case. So that's the only real tip that I have for you, but to see stuff online. Now I have already seen this, which is you can practice with a sex toy or even a banana. I think a banana is good, but it lacks the real feeling. So even though you can try it, I think you just gotta fail and like fail and repeat, try and repeat, try and repeat, try and repeat. Okay, and then another thing very important that I was gonna say, but it's already written here. Decide if you want him to come in your mouth. This is very important because some people don't feel comfortable receiving the ejaculation in the mouth. So be careful with that. All right, and final question of today: is it healthy to use a sex toy at 16? So it's a female, 16 years old. I have been considering buying a sex toy for myself. Okay, I've been getting urges and I want to be able to deal with these urges in a healthy way. Yay. However, I figured I should know for sure what the general opinion is. Okay, I would talk to my parents, but it's obviously not something I want to talk to them about. But it's important to talk with your parents. I mean, it depends on your age, but and I'll give my answer in a bit. I'll read first. They have their own business and I have mine. Exactly. Also, just asking for general tips on buying, keeping a sex toy discreet. Okay, recommendations. Okay, I have two brothers which are noisy, etc. All right. So the first thing, if you have brothers that are noisy, make sure that you keep it in a safe place where you think if you forgot, you would not even remember that the sex toy was there. Okay, it can be hard, but it's not impossible. In terms of your parents, if you are just buying a sex toy like a vibrator or something like that, I would not tell them because I think it's completely normal to masturbate. You don't have to have that talk with your parents, in my opinion. You can, but it's not like real sex. If you are gonna have real sex, I think it's different. But if it's just a sex toy, just do it. Go online and research for secret sex toys or something more small. Okay, if you want to buy a huge wand, and I think you should because it's gonna give you a lot of fucking pleasure. That's amazing. But if you want to buy something more discreet, you have like small vibrators, which can even be disguised as a pen. So, should you buy a sex toy? Do it. Just do it. I'm going to read the first comment anyway. Yes, it's perfectly healthy to use a sex toy at 16. Okay, then buying or taking care. Okay, I forgot about the taking care. What I usually do is that I keep mine in a box and then I just put a sheet of paper on top, which means that they are breathable. Okay. Again, I have all the space that I want because nobody comes in my room and just it's noisy, like you're talking about your brothers. The other thing is always wash it, okay, with soap and also with alcohol. And make sure before you use it, you also wash it at least with water and you wipe it good. And you should be good.